So good day everyone. My name is Lucky Amanyaro. I'm going to be doing an instructional video as a first officer to respond in a crime scene. So the title of this assignment rather or video is a protocol for the first officer to respond into a crime scene. So what I was trying to talk about is as a first responder or as a first officer, when you arrive at the crime scene, what are going to be the first things that you need to do as a police officer. So right now I'm going to be facing the board while I drive it through. So I welcome you all today. So we're going to be talking through the protocol for for the first officer to respond to a crime scene. This is very crucial to maintaining order, gathering evidence, and ensuring justice is served. So let's drive in. So what I was trying to talk about here is, as a first officer, when you arrive at the crime scene, the first thing you need to do is to make sure you secure the environment, take information, and make sure that nothing is tampered in case you need to take evidence for prosecution or for further investigate your case. So the first thing you need to do is to secure the scene. So upon arrival, as a first officer, you need to take the tasks for you is to secure the scene, the environment. So take for example, this is the crime scene. The first thing I need to do is to make sure that the crime scene is secured properly in case I have to do anything to prevent contamination of evidence and to ensure that the safety of everyone around, including myself and other civilians. So the next thing is dealing with willingness. So the next approach, any weakness calmly or respectfully. So that is about gathering information, whereby I'll gather account of the incident, ensuring that the note down the contact information for further questioning if needed. So in this part, I'll have to go around and make sure that if there's anyone that has any weakness around the crime scene, I can take their information, write down a note for them to explain to me a little what they have, what they've seen so far. So that way, should there be need for me to invite them for proper questioning and statement, I can also get through with them. So the third one will be the dealing with the suspect, if there's any. So if there's a suspect present in the scene, so the first approach for them is to cautiously maintaining a professional demeanor. So detain them if necessary, but remember to inform them of their rights. So what this means is that when a suspect is involved in the crime, so the first thing for you to do is you can't just go there and just grab the suspect. You have to let them know their right, that they have been placed under arrest. They have the right to, you have to read their rights and privileges to them. So that way they know what the law actually says. So by that, you're actually acting according to the law. Okay, so the next one is the use of notepad by police officer. This is very, very important because every piece of information you have on your notepad will actually guide you through your investigation. Take for example, like I just have my note. This is just like my notepad right now. It's giving me all the information I needed to do this video, or rather to run through this board for my viewers. So thoroughly, your interaction, it is essential to document everything in your notepad. So this includes observation, conversations, and any action taken. This document can be crucial for investigation and legal proceeding. So this is very, very important whenever you do an investigation or you arrive at the crime scene. The first thing for you to do is have to have a detailed notebook. You have to have your pen and a notebook for you to take information. It can help you during the process of your investigation, and should there be further investigation, you have to go to court or anything, you have your notepad that can actually guide you. So the number 5 is going to be the legal issue. So here, we have to be very mindful of legal issues at all times. Ensure that you follow all proper procedures and protocol to uphold the integrity of the investigation and avoid any potential legal complication. So what this means is that when you arrive at the crime scene and you're taking this information, you have to make sure you actually follow the proper protocol. So that way you will not truncate your own investigation and you will not get yourself in trouble by not doing your job properly. So by doing so, you have to make sure you follow every step that needs to be done. You have to take notes, you have to make sure there's a suspect, you have to make sure you let them know their rights and privileges. If there are weaknesses, you have to have their information and let them know. Should you have to contact them, you will contact them for other questioning or if you need further investigation from them. So we'll be going to the next aspect of the board, which is securing evidence. This is another significant or rather important information that you need to do. Take for example, you're at the crime scene and you notice that the crime scene is not being properly secured, anybody can come in and walk through it. If you have to take a forensic evidence, or like a fingerprint or an item for evidence, and somebody already went through there and tamper with it, you won't be able to prosecute you, or rather conduct your investigation correctly. So it is very, very important to secure the crime scene. By collecting and securing evidence is very paramount. So first of all, you have to have gloves, because if you are touching any of those things and your fingerprint is readed on the item, rather, so the investigation is actually void at this point. So you have to make sure you have gloves and proper techniques to avoid contamination, and carefully document each piece of evidence collected. Remember, every detail matters. So what we're doing here, you have to make sure that every document or details that you're collecting from that crime scene is very, very important. You have to document them and make sure it's labeled according to the procedures. Then the seventh one will be how to do with the media. So lastly, be prepared to interact with the media. Speak confidently by telling them by confidently speaking, and only provide information that has been approved for release. Avoid speculations and stick to the facts. So this is very, very important, because the media today is the easiest and fastest way to send information worldwide. So if you want to give any information to the media, you have to make sure you have very, very concrete information that you're giving. That way you won't be held for misleading the public. Most times, as a police officer, you have to tell them, brief and ask them that your superior, who happens to be the spokesman for your organization, will be the one to address this properly. So that way, if they are going to speak to the media, they should be able to give them proper information that will give the public what they want to know, and also have confidence in your organization, because confidence is another thing again when it comes to media. If you are not confident on the information you are giving to the media, technically media sees you like you are misinforming them. So you have to be bold, you have to be confident, and you have to have first class information of what you are giving to the public. So lastly, here in conclusion, as the first officer to respond to a crime scene, so my action set a tone for the entire investigation by following this protocol. So where you can ensure a thorough and fair process that serves justice for all involved. So stay safe, stay vigilant, and thank you for your service. Thank you.